Hello. This video I'm going to talk about George Floyd, the black man who was murdered by a white police officer who also has red DNA in his body. You see, in mostly all my videos I talk about four human species: the red Caucasians, the white people, black people, and yellow people. These days white people have global control since past few thousand years. They're spreading slowly, and since past 1,000 years, they have made solid control, especially for past 500 years. So they went to black people's countries. They killed millions and millions of black people in Americas, Australia, India, Africa, Middle East, and they took over their lands. Black people were pushed away. White people, in unity with red people, their DNA, which has been mixing in the Europe for past few thousand years. The Vikings were the red people from the north. The Russian were the red DNA, the red human species started. Russia still has majority of the red people even today. But white people are all over Russia also. Now white people have the long nose, long faces, long lips. White people's lips are usually longer than their nose, way longer than their nose. Usually their lips are flat and long. Their noses are thin and tall, which I call sharp nose. Their ears quite often stick out from their heads, and their faces are oblong or elongated, long faces. That's the white DNA. Their bodies are also thin and tall. They're pretty tall, but their bodies are thin. Some white people, actually many white people who have strong white DNA, they just cannot gain muscles. They, no matter what they eat, even if they become totally a non-vegetarian, they eat all meat, they will remain thin. They cannot pack. They cannot become Hulk-like. Hulk-like DNA is often found in the red people. Red people become stronger. They're big. Their faces are also squarish, and their chest, big arms. Red people. That's the difference between red people and white people. Red people are bigger. White people, red people don't have long nose. They don't have long lips. Their eyes are smaller compared to the red human species. And we all know about yellow people and black people. Now, the hate or dislike or racism of the whites toward black people is very old. It's nothing new. It's millions of years old. It's old when they were, let's say, when they were apes or monkeys. They were white apes, black apes, and when humans were not entirely human, they were still more ape-like. So the enmity is very old. It's nothing new. Now, for past many thousand years, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 years, the enmity has been showing up in North Africa, Middle East, India, you know, places like that. So the enmity continues. Now, white people are pathological liars. Even those who protest for black people, take the side of the black people, they do it mostly to protect their uh, whiteness, They want to show to the world that white people are not bad. Not all white people are bad. That they're good also. And this is very common in Middle East. That's what the white people have been doing. That's why the two religions grew up, Islam and Judaism or Christianity. It's all because it's a hate based on cultures and religions, black people versus white people. Now the red people, what they used to do, they used to control the white people because of white people's ignorance. Even though white people are highly intellectual, but physically they're weak. So red people had upper hand on the white people. They had to they controlled them. The uh, the royal system, the system kings and queens was of mostly red people. In UK, the UK, you'll see, still the UK royal family still has red DNA in them because the kings and queens in the ancient old times in the United Kingdom were red people. Same thing in France or Spain, Italy, or Romans and even the Turks. They mostly all were red people had control over the white people. So slowly they started getting mixed, and that's what caused all these problems that we see nowadays. Nowadays, white people and red people are heavily mixed. They're heavily confusing as well. We cannot tell who is red, who is white. They're pretty much all of them are mixed. So both these species are going together and have taken control over the planet Earth. Now, in doing so, they killed millions of black people. They also killed many yellow people also, because yellow people also came to Americas uh, and mixed with the black people who were now known as natives. Even nowadays, there are many Native American people who still look like Chinese because the same DNA. So this George Floyd and many others were killed by whites, and then white pathological liars. They come to support their whiteness, support their white human species, support the killers, and you know, and they walk away altogether. And white black people, they're like, oh, in time it's all forgotten because something else will happen in next time, and same thing will continue. The white people will continue to save their people, and they will continue to have this racism, violence toward black people, and this white black people are very innocent. The only violence they committed was when they became Muslims, and that was too because Ismail was half white, half black. So that's the reason he had so much anger and violence toward the whites, because people of dominant black DNA are very peaceful. They may be aggressive in their attitude and all that, because they're not very smart, but they are afraid of violence. They don't want to like have a large scale control over other human species or large scale of violence done. They don't do that. Black people are very good people. And so what happened to Mr. George Floyd is very sad. That and many black people who have died because of whites, and white easily go away unhurt. This is sad. But very soon, China is waking up and will start the wars. And China will destroy the white people. They will wipe them out from this planet. Russia will join them. The red people and the yellow people will do what black people could not. They will not stop. They will keep killing, keep killing, keep killing, keep destroying. And because of nuclear bombs these days, it won't take that long. In a very short time, they will be done. So it won't last that long. But yellow people are coming. White people, you cannot continue to do your evils and control this planet, and you cannot break the yellow people. You cannot break Hong Kong, Taiwan, Tibet, Southeast Asian countries. No more. Eventually, China, the yellow people, all will unite one, and they will come against the whites. Trust my word, it is happening, it will happen. Hari Om.